How's everyone doing? How's it going, Snowflake? How's it going, Chickadee? Hi, Rosie. Hi, Rosie. Guys. They just keep following me. Guys, come on. I don't got anything. I can't get away from them. All right. They're just gonna follow me. I guess that's how it's gonna start. So chickens. Everyone always wondering, how much room do you need for your chickens to roam? How much space do you really need for them? How much square feet does your run need to be for how many chickens do you have? Try to do the math, the ratio. This run's gotta be this long for 6 chickens. This run has to be like this. And although math was probably one of my favorite subjects, I don't know what to tell you, they just keep following. Although math was one of my favorite subjects in school, I don't like doing it outside of school that much. I just want to know, hey, this is what you got, this is what you need to do kind of things. One of the big things that we wanted to establish with our run, and we don't have a covered run. I know that lots of people, you guys might have covered runs. If that's what you want, then you really need to take in consideration a lot of this, obviously. Although we have a fenced in run, it's basically like free ranging them. So the main thing we wanted to accomplish with having this big of a run for our chickens is we did not want all the grass to just go ahead and die. One of the major problems that people can have when they have run for how many chickens you got is they're gonna tear up all that grass. For some of y'all, you probably don't care that much that you lose all your grass, but grass and searching for the bugs inside it and everything of those natures and them eating some of that grass is very important to us. We want that to be a part of their diet along with their own chicken food. That's something that we've definitely put in consideration for our chickens, that we wanted to make sure they had grass access at all times and exposure to the sun. Back when we had our first 10 chickens, we had them in a small little coop and a run. It was probably just enough because they were just starting to grow and get bigger, but we definitely pushed the limits and the size wasn't okay. But by the time winter ended and we were able to get them outside a little bit more and kind of fence in an area around that coop, it was just fine. But they did tear up all that grass underneath, and that's something that we didn't want to lose, and I'm sure some of you guys don't want to. We wish we would have accomplished with this run though, would have been hitting that perfect size of they were maintaining the grass and we didn't really have to come in and weed whack or mow that much. But unfortunately, we have 14 chickens here, and for the size of our run, this grass still grows. Not too bad, but it still grows, so I still have to get in here and mow. I think a lot of things say about 8 square feet to like 15 square feet of space for the run, as that's what's required for a chicken. I don't know if that's the same amount required so that you don't lose all the grass in your run. But if you're looking for a run that you want so you're not gonna lose all the grass, you're probably gonna need it to be more open and not a covered run. But really that's gonna be on your preference. But because chickens don't like mowers, so we gotta get all of them inside this chicken tractor so that I can get in here and mow real fast so that this grass is kind of lowered, because right now we're kind of hitting a point where some spots are getting too long. But like I said, for the most part, it does actually pretty good. Ready to get out? I'm sorry. Alright, we'll let you out. Alright, you're okay. There you go. Well, those guys are darting. Theo, you want to see the chickens? Where are the chickens? They're in there? Go see them. Here's one of those projects that most people do probably at the beginning of the season. Nice job doing your makeup today. We're mulching all this because it was all weeded out. We still had some beautiful looking flowers here because we had chicken wiring around it because we had chickens trying to eat it and we had dogs trying to pee on it. So we had chicken wire around it, so we didn't really want to get in there and weed whack too much, but we needed to get it mulched and it was looking pretty bad. So that's our landscaping that we're getting done. But back to the chicken landscaping. So now I got it all cut. I've always noticed that after I'm done cutting is one of the times that they really come out and start eating a lot down on the grass. So I don't know if it got them closer to the ground and more bugs, or they're eating all the grass clippings. But I do notice after I'm done mowing is one of the times that they're definitely out here more, trying to get more grass in them, or at least scratching around at it. We've just had some on and off rain going on right now. Hi, you wanna come up? Again, about the chicken runs, chicken runs, it sounds like it's like chicken having poop. They do have the runs when they poop. But about your chicken run, if you're thinking about what size you need and everything, obviously, the more space you can give them, always the better. It's gonna make healthy and happier chickens. I know that not everyone can have that much space for them, so there is always ideas about trying to keep grass in their chicken runs, even smaller ones. They have these things called, what? What are you staring at? Why is Daddy talking to a camera? Who am I talking to? Okay. They have these things called grazing boxes that you can set up to try to keep some of the grass down in the area. Obviously during the winter time, that's even harder to do. Anytime that you can try to keep the grass there and they have more room to roam and everything like that, it's always gonna be the better for them. And I don't know the magic number to the size run for chickens so that Yeah? I don't know the magic number for the size, the size run that you need for the amount of chickens so that you can keep the grass going and they don't kill it all and eat it all up, scratch it all off.
It's 152.
152 is the square footage that you need. Since there's not really that magic number, there's some people who have good estimates out there. I think I saw something one time that said if you had 50 chickens and you had about a ½ acre for them to roam, you'd be able to keep the grass there and you wouldn't lose it. So 50 chickens for a ½ acre, so however you want to do the math to lower that down for yourselves. So like I was saying with our run, my main goal for this was that I wanted there to be just enough that they could maintain it where I really didn't have to come in here and mow. That's probably crazy for me to think that that was possible, that it was gonna work out so perfect that I didn't have to get in here and mow. But because the chickens hate the mower, it's a problem sometimes though to get them all inside that chicken tractor. But once you do, then I can get the mowing in. They just kind of go crazy inside the chicken tractor the whole time I'm mowing. But it all works out and it's not the end of the world kind of thing. They're happy here. We did have them free ranging the whole entire backyard at one point, and we've kind of minimized them down into this run now, but this is still probably at least 1/4 of an acre. So say that they are fine here and happy here and I don't see any problems. Sometimes they just stare at us through the fence like, oh, let us free range again. And with our garden, we can't let that happen. Talking about our garden, right now, we are trying to pickle our first cucumbers ever. And there's been so many that we haven't been able to find them all and they've been getting really big. So right now our goal is to try to find some good like 3-inch cucumbers, not like the 8-inch cucumbers that have been growing, which have been good. If you want more bang for your buck, you got more cucumber. They taste a little better if you can pick them at the right time. So right now we're gonna try to look through this and try to find some good sized ones for the pickling. I was able to pick quite a bit of cucumbers, but there was still a big problem. I mean, here's the biggest one that I picked out of this grouping. This is kind of what we were looking for. But I found like 10 to 12 more cucumbers that are definitely bigger than this. So we just gotta be on top of it, I guess, more and trying to come out here and picking them at a good time. We have like 10 to 12 at least, probably more bigger than these.
Oh, no, we need them like, probably this is ideal.
I think some a little smaller, but there's some.
But we can do both. That's a big over.
Like I said, it's one of our first times that we have done any kind of pickling. So cucumbers are definitely a good spot to start because pickling, and that's like the word for pickle. A cucumber that is pickled is just called a pickle. And we have just an abundance of cucumbers over there. And the girls absolutely love pickles. I'm not the biggest fan, but I have been trying to eat them a little bit more here and there. Let's do some more compost. Here you guys go. Looks like it's all done over here. Chelsea's goal is somehow we're gonna train Milo not to pee on the plants. And I would love to see how that training goes. I'd love to see how we fix that problem. So right here, you can see, there's Milo peeing. And if you look at these leaves, they're a little more yellow compared to these cucumber leaves that are bright green. I'm guessing that's not a coincidence. So when it comes to your chicken run, obviously you can only do what you can do. And what I mean by that, obviously we all come from different kind of financial backgrounds, the amount of land that you own, and not all of us have the luxury to allow chickens to free range. Not all of us have the luxury to have really big coops or big runs and things of those sorts. So I understand that This isn't for everyone. What I wanted to do is kind of state a video out here for anyone who has the ability to allow your chickens to kind of have more room to range, that to go ahead and do that. And I think for most of you guys out there, you probably knew that. But also, if you have the ability to do what's best for the animals that you're taking care of, go ahead and do that for them always, because the best that you can do for them will end up being the best that you can do for yourself, because most of the time these animals that you're raising, they're either providing you with something in return, whether that be meat or eggs like from chickens, or whether it be from our dog who shows us love unconditionally. You want to always do what's best for them. It's getting late though. I've kind of done all my locking up stuff. I put the chickens' feet away here in the last like 30 minutes before bedtime. I locked up the one side of the coop so that they go down, they enter the small side, and we will get ready to tell them goodnight here in the next few minutes. I'm hearing giggling out here. Who's giggling?
Giggling?
We are currently, I think, maybe locked out of the house. I'm hoping the front door is still unlocked. But the girls took advantage of us being out here trying to get stuff done. After trying to help us out a little bit, grabbed the remote and the TV's on. And it's probably time to put them to bed. I gotta get inside and stop that. Hopefully we can get inside. If not, any of the neighbors around, even though you're not gonna be watching this live, don't call the cops when I break in through the window. Yeah. Have a great day and a better tomorrow, and we'll see you on the next one. Milo, you locked out? Are you locked out of the house? Alright, I'm trying to get us in.